So this is water. We all know what happens when you boil water. When it gets to a certain degree, it turns into a whole different thing. Steam, whole different properties. It actually seems like it disappears. If I boil this water long enough, it will disappear. It'll change form. 100-degree challenge is getting you to intellectually boil yourself, boil your own water. Your body is mostly water anyway. But we're talking about it from a spiritual standpoint. Because intellectually, I can take you to the point of 99 degrees, but the 100-degree is where the transformation takes place. But in order to get to that point, to get to that temperature, you need to raise your temperature. So I'm using that water and temperature and boiling as an analogy. But the 100-degree challenge is basically my mental framework that allowed me to get to this experience that I have of a different reality of being steam instead of water. And all I'm doing is sharing this information with my fellow beings so that they can become steam as well, and we can experience the world on a different level, a different plane, a different state, just like water and steam are the same thing, just a different state. So as you see, this is heating up, and it's an analogy for what's going on now. It's heating up, and eventually this is going to start boiling. As this starts boiling, the water is going to start bubbling, and eventually it turns to steam, and a whole different experience is had. Oh, and also, that's a clue right there. I kind of use, instead of using any particular text or book to teach a spiritual lesson, I can use reality, I can use life, I can use nature. So if you know what the name of that machine is, then that's the clue. But I'm not going to sit here and film water being boiled. But if you look at the 100-degree challenge, you can see intellectually how I got to where I am. And you can see the steps that allowed me to, intellectually, I allowed myself to be open enough to do the work to get an experience. So the 100-degree challenge allows you to see the intellectual side, and you can see that it makes sense to explore within yourself, and it's not something that is not valuable as far as a time spent. And when you do that, you can have an experience yourself, and you'll know, and you'll see higher versions and degrees of reality and of yourself within yourself. And that's just the best way I can explain it. But you can experience it and you would know it for yourself. It's like trying to explain love. Many people experience love, but it's hard to explain. And it's hard for me to explain this different experience of steam to someone who's only been water. So again, you can start to bubble up in your own life and eventually turn to steam yourself. So if you watch me, Victor Bang, www.victorbang.com, or you can go to YouTube/Victor Bang or Facebook/Victor Bang, and you can watch the live movement. I'm just the leader of a leaderless movement where we're awakening the planet to this reality that's available for us. We're all going to turn to steam eventually. It's inevitable. It's already happened on one level, and we're experiencing it happening on this level. So enjoy the ride, because it is going to be a ride, and this is why we're all here at this point in time. And everything that you see that is wrong with the world, or that can be improved, or can be more efficient, or can be changed, or be more compassionate, or more loving, or more uniting, is going to. And it's a process. As you see, it takes time for this water to start to boil, but as it does, you can start to see the steam coming off the first parts of it. And you see the majority is still water, but then there's steam as well. So who's holding this phone is just steam talking to water. And the 100-degree challenge is the mental heat to allow the water to boil, and then eventually the steam gets out of the pot. And this pot, if you can imagine, is limitation, whereas steam is unlimited. It becomes part of all there is. So this pot is the last shackles, the last yoke that is on us now, and what we're seeing in our manifestations and this reality that we live in is a manifestation of this control that's on us. What I am trying to do and help facilitate, and other people on the planet are as well, is getting us to the level where we can transform into a different state, grow our wings, and fly out of this entrapment that we're in, and experience freedom on a whole different level. All right. So I guess I did talk long enough to boil some water, but hopefully that explains the 100-degree challenge, the analogy behind it, the parable behind it, and the intent behind it. And let me know if there's anything in there that you have questions on. It's really about sharing information, raising consciousness, and getting us to really be talking and trying to solve the problems that are major problems in the world versus the lower level things that take up most of our time and attention now. All right, y'all. So turn into steam, 100-degree challenge. Peace.